we were just talking when you grow up in Alaska, it's a small island. You don't get out much. And in my mind, I'm like, I need to get the farthest away from this place possible, experience the world, like, um, you know, get to see more than just this small place. And fortunately, my brother actually did go to the academy. He was a firstie when I was a plebe, and so that was how I even knew about the place. Uh, and while he was a midshipman, and I just got to see all of these amazing things that he was doing and places he was going, I was like, "That's it! Like, I've got to be a part of this." And in the military, and especially the service academies, I think a lot of times people will go for, like, they'll get in accepted and go to a service academy for one reason, and then you get there and you're like, wait, whoa, this is way different than what I really thought I was here for. And so I certainly had that shift of, like, I was going to go, I wanted to be an engineer, I wanted, potentially in the medical field at the time, see the world. And then you're like, oh, I actually have a service to my country aspect of this. And so just all of that, all of those things that they're teaching you, and gearing you up for service to your country, obviously that's why you stay. And so that just had meant a lot to me. Getting accepted, getting to see the world was obviously wonderful, but being able to serve the country and you know just get to do that as a very young 20-year-old. We're driving warships around, operating nuclear
Yeah.
reactors, which it's a lifetime ago for me, but I really wasn't that long ago when you really think about it. So I mean, just those are just life experiences, and it just they say it sets you up for success after you leave a service academy, and that has certainly held true for both Andrew and I, and very grateful for that opportunity for sure. Um,
Yeah.
so
That's awesome. Did you actually? So did you get a nuclear engineering degree while you were there, or was that just your job in the Navy?
I was a chemistry major, so I guess technically a bachelor's of science in chemistry. And then,
Okay.
being a woman and a chemistry major, I didn't exactly think I was going to go nuke. But near in your first year, the numbers can be low, so you kind of get drafted into that community oftentimes. But truthfully, blessing in disguise for me, because I really thrived in that area. I didn't even know at the time that those were the type of people that I want, like, and really enjoyed working with. A very, very smart and talented workforce in reactor department as a whole. And so that was an amazing experience. So after you graduate the academy, you do a tour as a surface nuke, just a straight stick is what we oftentimes call them. Then you go to nuclear power school. So the power school prototype, now you're doing a tour on a carrier or a sub at that point. Um, and then you have to pass, like, the nuclear engineering officer school. So that's kind of where that title
Wow.
comes from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible. A lot of training obviously goes into that, and then how does that? How do you go from that to doing HR? Like, I don't. Where's the crossover there?
Yeah, not a lot, to be honest. I did my last short tour at the academy. So um, Andrew and I had both decided, like, this was going to be our last tour together, or not tour together, but last tours in the Navy. So he had gotten out a couple
Hmm.
years prior to me. I still had a shore duty left. So we picked Annapolis. We were East Coast sailors, both of us, and we said, "Hey, let's head back up to Annapolis. Obviously, a beautiful area." And Andrew being from Philly, it was close to family as well. Go Birds and Phillies! Hey,
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was
they're
a
both
great
doing
spot
well.
for us. Yeah, yeah. And I connected actually through the Navy softball program with the human resources director at the academy, and he's an amazing guy, amazing office, a small core group of 10 folks working in HR. And I said, I have a lot of skill. Like, I don't know a whole lot about HR, but I have a lot of people management skills, and I've ran a training program before. And so I got that government job. That was also a blessing in disguise, because I worked with a great group of people for, gosh, almost 8 years, I think, maybe 6 years. So just those skills that you learn in the Navy, as much as they don't say HR, they do translate well into human resources. So that
Yeah.
was how that happened. And we just, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, we really wanted to stay in this area, because at that point in time we had two of our three kids. So
Okay.
moving didn't seem super enticing
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
small kids. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, pretty much anyone in the military can say or attest to the fact that whatever you start and think your career is going to look like, it's like twists and turns and winds. And I think one of the best things that I've noticed is just that you become really well rounded if you want to be. I mean, you could probably pigeonhole yourself too, but you learn just such a huge amount of skills, and you're exposed to so much that you are, kind of, you can do a lot of different things.
oh,
And
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah, and,
You're
and
like a
so that
jack of
kind of,
all trades. You know a little bit about a lot of things, and um, a lot of those leadership skills that they teach you, they start teaching you at the academy, and then you actually put them into practice when you're in the fleet. I don't think I don't think we really understand how valuable some of those skills are until you
yeah.
are out in the real world and applying them in day to day
And
business.
yeah, and realizing that not a lot
Mhm.
of other people have those skills.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Uh, so that kind of ties into my next question around, how this led into real estate, because it's again kind of another twist in your career progression. So when did you and Andrew start first getting interested in investing in real estate?
Yeah, that it's a great question. And I was working at the academy, and Andrew was working at a water treatment company. Actually, this was back right in COVID. We had two kids, and we were just feeling it. We were really feeling like that that time value of money. Your time means so much to you. That's when we really started feeling it. Was COVID was, we're in this rat race a little bit, and how do I get out? Like, I need to open up my aperture to something else, because what I want to do and want to be here for my kids. And same with Andrew. I mean, he was out the door 5 a.m., sometimes not coming home till 6, 7 p.m. And daycare was raising our kids. Honestly, it was right during COVID where we really started to feel that pressure. And as the kids got older, it just got even harder. And fortunately, one of Andrew's, I think it was actually his boss at the time, he introduced us to the White Feather Group, which I know you're very familiar with. And that's actually how you
Yeah,
and I got
love those guys.
connected.
Yeah.
And at the time, Andrew just didn't have the time to take that course. So we said, hey, why don't I take this course and be the lead of our family? We both knew we wanted to do it, but having two of us, take lead on that, it was just too much with the kids. And so we said, hey, Karin, why don't you take lead on this? Take this course. Like, I would backfill Andrew after every week and the assignments that we were doing. And so we took that leap of faith. We invested in ourselves, probably for the first time in a long time. And that was it. Once I took that course and I started to learn the things that I know now, like, I knew too much. I knew too much. I instantly started goal setting, instantly started realizing that there is a way out from this. And just the things I had been taught really about money, even as a kid, it's so different, and it's different. I mean, how I'm teaching my kids is different today. And
Mm,
so, uh, shout out to Buddy Rushing, because he
yeah.
certainly changed our lives in a very positive way, because um, that it lit the fire under us. And truthfully, it's been about 2.5 years, 3 years, and we have been full throttle ever since. But I can't unknow the information that I know now, and I'm still learning. Oh my gosh, still learning daily. And then, as you're in that real estate investing course and you're just learning so much about all the different types, that's really what led us to getting connected with you, because we felt, hey, this short-term rental market really is speaking to where we are in our lives right now. And that's not to say that we haven't tried out other different types of investing, and I 100% can tell you we will try out other types of investing in the future. But just where we were with Andrew's W-2 at the time, I was a W-2 earner. Um, some of those tax implications that we learned about getting into the short-term rental world, we said, hey, this is really speaking to us right now. So once again, we invested in ourselves. We signed up for your course, Kirby, and that has once again changed our lives for the better. And um, we're getting our fourth short-term rental now in just about, what is it, a year and a half, 2 years. And we're all in. We are all in. I even left my W-2 job this past February to do this full time. And I don't know if I just answered your question or not, but that was kind of
Yeah.
how we got to
Yeah.
where we are.
No, that's great. Yeah. No, I appreciate that overview, and that's so awesome. So many parts of that. I Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Buddy Rushing, who is a guest on this show a couple times, and everything that they're doing in White Feather. Um, and so, and I love, yeah, I was just looking back actually, and I saw that we started working together September 2023. So that's when you guys enrolled in the
There you go.
program. And
2 years.
so
Yep.
yeah, exactly 2 years ago. So since then, you've done, like you said, about to close on your fourth deal. I'd love to kind of just, if you could explain what those deals look like real quick. You don't have to go into like deep detail on the numbers. We can maybe zoom in on one of them that I wanted to talk a little bit further about. But yeah, if you could kind of share how you kind of said what your goals were, initially to create more capacity and time in your life and time with your kids. And so I guess, how'd you decide on deals based on your goals?
Yeah, it's funny. We actually we did two deals at the same time, and we had a 1 year old at the time, a 1, 3, and 5 year old. So I can't 100% say I would recommend doing that time frame.
Yeah.
Um, but we did, and obviously it's paid dividends. But so while we started taking your course, and really the catalyst of, hey, we need to take this course, was we had purchased a lot of land in beautiful West Virginia a couple years ago, and it had been a dream of ours, right? We'd set those goals, and we were like, we would love to have a place where we can take our family that's off the grid, that has that cabiny feel, and spend core family memories with our family. So we had bought this piece of land, and we never really thought that we would do anything for maybe 5 to 10 years. It was, peak of COVID, interest rates were really high, and we learned through the course and through your course that, hey, there's actually a way that we could make this work and have somebody else pay our mortgage and have us still be able to enjoy this beautiful space. And so, um, and again, I don't even think I knew this at the time, but we had equity in our land that we were able to use towards the down payment of the house. So we had actually very
Mm,
little money of our own outside of furnishing the house, and a couple of change orders, of course. Getting that short-term rental, that Airbnb, up and running in West Virginia. It was very little cash out of pocket for ourselves, utilizing the equity that we already had in the land. And I knew a little bit more about the appraisal process, so I kind of had to fight the ask for like a second opinion on the appraisal that came in. Um, but got that house up and built, and while it was being built, we changed the design plan because I was in the middle of your course, and you had some suggestions of things that you would do to set an Airbnb up for success. So everything from lighting, exterior lighting, to how many bathrooms we would put in, um, hardwiring cameras, some things that like without having like going through your course in real time while we were building that house, I'm sure I would be knocking my head against a wall because it's 3.5 hours away and I can't just pop over there every weekend, you
Yeah.
know?
It's those
So
things you think about afterwards once it's done, right?
exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
Kirby, I'm sure you remember you were giving us some advice because I think you guys were building down in Florida, maybe a similar
Yep.
time.
Exactly.
And then just other folks in the program gave us some really good advice too. And truthfully, we've been operating that for, I think we got that one live in April of 24. Um, Mortgage 100% paid for. It's not one of those making us $2,000 a month type of a place yet.
Hmm. Right.
But
Yeah.
it's paying for itself and some, right? So without having this, without knowing what we know, having gone through the course, I don't think that would have even been an option for us. And so, we go there maybe once a quarter. That's kind of our family goal. Head to West Virginia once a quarter, and um, it's awesome. It's like our little sanctuary. It's a really cool
Yeah.
place.
That's
Um,
awesome. That's
yeah.
great. So, and you started that before you joined the program, right? And then you bought the others since then.
Yeah, we had been in discussion with the builder while we
Okay.
were actually going through the white feather course. And then, I had been kind of following all the different things that you had been doing. And we said, hey, if we want to make this happen, Airbnb is the way to go. Let's not figure this out on our own. There's people who have done this before that have the experience. Like, let's not reinvent the wheel here. And so while we were like in the middle of building, that's when we signed up for your course. And then, once you get into a course, you're like, get that itch to take action. And so,
Yeah.
of course, I'm just looking, scrolling Zillow one night, and a house came up that had a main house and a detached guest house, which is absolutely that model that we have wholeheartedly embraced, multiple streams of income into one place. And it ended up working out really awesome because we again we had almost none of our own money into that place because we took out a HELOC on our primary home. We assumed a mortgage at a 3.5% rate. Um, and I mean, that place is killing it. Let me tell you, I mean, it cash flows at least 1,500 a month for us. And it's down the
With
street from.
100% financing, basically, right?
Yes, yes. I had
Yeah.
to furnish it, which because we were local, I totally tapped into some creative brain that I did not know I had, with thrifting and designing the place and whatnot, which was a lot of fun for me. So, yeah, both of those places. I mean, we went live in for that house in March and the West Virginia house in April. So I was furnishing them at
Of
the same
2024.
time of 2024. Yep.
Yeah.
And we had started your course in September. So we
Yeah.
went we went for it. We really did.
Yeah.
But we just said to ourselves, like, we're all in on this. Like this, like once you can't go back, right? Like I can't keep doing this W-2 lifestyle for too much longer. And um, you know, I'm never one to shy away from hard work. It
Yeah.
doesn't scare me, let me tell you. So with a 1 and 3 and 5-year-old, why not?